What's going on, guys? It's your girl E. You guys, I pray you are all well and able. I have to give a special shout out to my bro Wiggs. Wiggs, thank you so much for having me on your amazing show. I love what you're doing. I sincerely appreciate your genuine support over the years. I'm honored to be here, and I'm very excited to be the first female artist on your show. Let's get into it. Let's go. My artist name is NoLidCreations, and I am from the 813 Tampa, Florida. Now, before it became NoLidCreations, it used to be E. Like when I first started rhyming, it was actually Money E, when I started rapping and rhyming and when I first started out or what have you. But once I started my YouTube channel, my brand name is NoLidCreations. And what happened was I started making beats and started making songs and collaborations and things of that nature. And I had the desire for a beat tag, and I didn't want to say NoLidCreations on the beat. I wanted to make it personal. I wanted to give her an identity. And so it became NoLidCreations. And before I decided 100% on it, before I was 100% sold, I was up in the air about it, and I called a dear friend. And after that conversation, I was 100% sold on NoLidCreations. So yeah, NoLidCreations on the beat. I started making music at the age of 10 years old. And I remember it vividly because it's when my mother started to relax my hair. And her product of choice at the time was Just For Me. And in the box came a tape. It was a cassette tape. And I remember it vividly, guys, because on side A was the instructions, the audio instructions. On side B was an instrumental. Just for me. Boop, boop, ba-dum. Oh my God, I was hooked. In that very moment, I was hooked. Loved that instrumental. I remember recording on a radio, matter of fact, a radio similar to this one. And if you take this speaker off, this is pretty much how the radio looked. This was the body of it. One speaker, it was yellow. And my brother and I, we were in the room. And I always had pencils like everywhere, because I like the table beat and drum beat and everything like that. And I used my pencils. And I remember just taking the pencil and kind of scraping it over the speaker here and just making that sound, man. And so, it was so exciting, but it was all inspired by that instrumental. And Wiggs, you see that I have my radio here, and I cannot wait to get your tape, okay, so I can pop it in, man, and give it a spin. When I first read that question, the first thing that came to mind was, I can remember going to choir rehearsal with my grandmother and, just sitting there and listening to the drummer do his thing and the piano player do her thing and the choir come together and everything is just in harmony. And oh my goodness, I could just remember just sitting there taking it all in. That was a big inspiration for me, when it comes to the music category. And then, my mother played the piano. My dad would sing all the time. We would always sing together. And just really just taking in the sounds of my grandmother's house, which was all through the house. My grandmother would be humming, and periodically my granddad would sprinkle in a little bit with his whistling, and just really just taking it all in and really growing up with that just really inspired me. My uncle was a huge inspiration to my music, and my aunt as well, she would sing to me. So just taking that all in, and that has really inspired me. You know what? Everyone, everywhere, in every place, because I really feel like inspiration is all around you. You just have to be open or welcoming to it or what have you. And I feel like for example, I can be outdoors and the wind could blow a certain way. And I'll be like, listening to the wind, blow the leaves on the ground. Yeah. So it's always that inspiration. I was driving to work the other day and I put my turn signal on, and I'm just like making rhymes to it and everything like that. And then the light changed and I was like, dang, you should have recorded that. But just the inspiration of it and living in that moment. But what never fails to inspire me is when you see a person and you're asking yourself, how are they continuously getting back up after they fall down, get beat down, just the things they've been through in life. And you see them, they're going, they're up, they're uplifted, they're moving forward, they'll beat you smiling. It kind of corners me and gets my attention, and it's like, yo, E, what's your excuse? You know what I mean? That has always inspired me. And the first thing I want to do is rush home and, get on the piano, get on the guitar, and just translate that emotion of inspiration. So yeah, that's something that never fails. The community inspires me. My YouTube family, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyone who's doing what they love. I would say my message would be something that I say often, which is start where you're at, water your dreams. And I say that because literally in every single aspect of life, everything you do, and when you begin a new journey, you have a starting point. And it's beautiful enough that you are courageous enough to start, but that is simply the beginning. As you go on this journey, you're going to have to nurture it. You're going to have to pour love and time and energy into it. It's going to have to be your baby, pretty much. And literally all of that is the water down to every drop, the very last drop indeed. And so I would say, start where you're at, water your dreams 100%. That is why I say that. And that is my message to you guys. And a goal would be, I believe a goal for me would be to intentionally write a song for an artist and hear them perform it. That will be pretty amazing, actually. So yeah, because songwriting comes natural for me. And so to achieve that is amazing. So yeah. And also I would say a goal for me would be a goal of mine, and it's been a goal for a while, is I hope that my music is in the right place at the right time for someone, and I don't have to know about it. I just hope that is the case. And it's been a goal for a while. It's been a goal for a while. It's one of those goals that lives deep down within, Oh my God. Yes, I remember my first rhymes. It is so corny, man. Oh my goodness. I made it on that same little yellow radio that I was talking to you guys about earlier. And it's called Hard Living, okay? And there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. Part 1, can't even do it, y'all. It's crazy. I can't even go there. But part 2, it's so corny. It's corny, man. But I gotta give it to you. So here it is. Hard living. Stop. Why? I am this. No. Hard living. Stop. I am the safety guard. I gave you a command, so come on, give me your hands. So throw your hands in the air like you just don't care. You could put them over here or leave them over there. You don't break my heart. You don't make me cry. If you want to leave, get up, pack up, goodbye. I won't cry nor die. That ain't no lie. So if you want to dance, I throw some ants in your pants and we could break the floor doing the all-star boogie. Next question. That's always been a bit of a challenge for me, to be honest. I always find myself like, what genre is that? It's always been like a little challenging to describe. But if I had to describe it, I would say that I believe that it's warm and uplifting and, just inspiring, motivating. I hope it is, at least. Whenever I think of this question, the first person who comes to mind is Whitney Houston. Oh my God. I am a huge fan of Whitney Houston. See? I am a huge fan of Whitney Houston. Shout out to my mom for introducing me to her music. But I always thought it would be fly to work with like India Arie and even Erykah Badu. Just, dig their styles, and I think it'd be just dope. But on my journey, I have had the opportunity to work with some amazing artists. I really have, and I'm just so blessed for the moment. I remember when I first came across Quote Life's channel, I was like, whoa, super talented. I like the message that he delivers. I like the confidence and the wordplay and just the whole package. I was like, I want to work with that guy. I want to work with him, And yeah, we made it happen. I was actually blessed enough to be on one of his tracks, and he was on my Satisfied track. And so, yeah, we made it happen. And he's just a really, really awesome individual altogether, So I'm happy we made that happen. Now, there is a gentleman, his name is Emmanuel Stedman. And I first found out about him when I used to run the Beats on the Bars series or what have you. It was just a series where I kind of, scoped out the dope producers and the dope MCs or what have you. And man, I came across Emmanuel Stedman and I was just like, yo, like the confidence, just the deliverance, fire. I'm like, yo, we gotta work together. You know what I mean? So we've been in talks or what have you, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna, make some stuff happen. So I'm looking forward to working with Emmanuel Stedman. And Quote Life and Emmanuel Stedman both can be found on YouTube, the social media platforms. Check them out, guys. I am my weapon of choice, because as I think about it and as I look around at the piano and the guitar and the MPC and all of the things, all of the ways that I make music, I am the common denominator. It's my hands that's strumming the guitar. It's my fingers that's playing the piano. It's my hands that's busting out the beats on the MPC and the MPK. So I am my weapon of choice. My mother always told us to always believe in yourself, because, you'll never let yourself down. And so I carried that with me. And not only in the music field or what have you, in every aspect of my life, I'll always choose me. For me, I would say it calms me. Music calms me. It gives me peace. It provides peace for me, because I know that, just knowing that it doesn't matter what you're going through, where you're at, there's some song, that can relate to what you're going through. Someone has been through something that you're going through or something similar. It doesn't matter where they're located. They can be, oh my God, the top of the mountain. But just knowing that someone can relate to you, your story, your moment, it brings peace. It gives a sense of comfort for me. I can honestly say that in this moment in my life and this day and time, I'm doing exactly what I enjoy doing. I always felt like I wanted to do some acting. I wanted to be an actress, and I'm doing just that. And that's pretty much the biggest thing that I wanted to do. So other than music, I'll be acting, but I am acting. So what a blessing. And I've always been curious about real estate. Maybe I'll be doing some type of real estate work or something, as far as like how they show you on TV, how they show you the homes and the benefits of it and things like that. So maybe I'll be doing something like that. But right now, here in this moment, acting is what I really, really enjoy and what I'm able to partake in. I honestly wouldn't say one is better than the other. I would say that I feel like they're both necessary. I feel like I do have songs in both old and new school that I love. And I feel like I love both because in both of them, there's someone who is, bold enough to be creative and who's, living out their purpose or what have you. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't choose one over the other. When I first read this question, the first person to come to mind is Eminem. Yes, he is my favorite rapper, definitely one of the favorite rappers. And when he did, nowadays everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. I was like, dope. When he did, I'm like a head trip to listen to. Because I'm only giving you things you joke about with your friends inside your living room. The only difference is I got the balls to say it in front of y'all, and I don't got to be false and sugar-coated it all. I was like, dope. Like, I just get on the mic and spit it, and I was blown away. You know, like the way he write his rhymes and just the way he put those words together. When he did Stand, I was like, what? You know, and I like the pencils and just the sound of the pencils and just how he was talking back and forth, and it just was so clever. I was like, yo, dope. So definitely the favorite rhyme. As far as the tag, when I first started YouTube, I came across an artist channel, and the tag was like, put your mouth where the mic is, or put your mic where your mouth is, or something like that. And I was just like, yo, so fire. So I love, NoLidCreations on the beat. I love that. But that won't be the only one. That definitely won't be the last one. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as NoLidCreations. You can find me on Spotify as Miss Creations, and you can find me on TikTok as Miss Creations 143. 143 happens to be one of my favorite numbers because it stands for I love you. My question from the talented previous guest is, if your primary genre didn't exist, which genre would you do instead? Now that's really interesting because oftentimes when I'm creating music, I'm not even thinking about a genre, and then it's like when I go to upload it on DistroKid, it's like, ooh, wait, which category does this fall under? Like, what genre is it? It's one of those or what have you. But I would say today my primary genres are gospel. I love me some gospel music, R&B, love a good love story, good love song, and definitely hip hop because I like to spit my verses or what have you. I like to hear the rhymes and things, so those would be my top three. But if they didn't exist, like neither one of those exist, I would say my go-to genre would be reggae. Yeah, it would be reggae, because I grew up with reggae. My mother introduced me to Bob Marley, and I love Sean Paul's songs or what have you, and of course Buju Bantu songs. I can't tell you the amount of times I've listened to Champion, So I would say, reggae would be my go-to because, it feels like home to me. My question for the next amazing guest is, what is that thing that keeps you going? Won't allow you to quit. It keeps you moving forward and helps you get back up. And if it's music, what song is it? Hey, Wiggs, I just want to tell you, man, thank you so much for having me on your show. I love it. You don't know just how much this has inspired me, encouraged me. Thank you for having me here. Say what? Peace.